尊敬的苏卡蔡秘书长，各位来宾、各位朋友、女士们、先生们，联合国贸发会议第二届
Second World Investment Forum of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development is being held from 6th to 9th September in Xiamen, a dynamic special economic zone in China.
厦门经济特区建立30年来的持续快速发展
The Xiamen Special Economic Zone has achieved since its establishment 30 years ago proves that developing an open economy is the right thing to do and illustrates the importance of attracting foreign investment and conducting mutually beneficial cooperation. At the outset, I wish to extend on behalf of the Chinese government and people warm congratulations on the convocation of the forum and sincere welcome to the heads of state and government, political leaders, representatives of relevant international organizations, and the more than 1,000 business leaders from around the world.
2008年，由联合国贸发会议
The first World Investment Forum, sponsored by UNCTAD in 2008, played a positive
对改
role
善世界投资环境
in improving
促
the
进
global
投资合
investment
作
environment
发挥
and
了积
promoting
极作用
investment cooperation.
本届论坛
The theme
以
of
投
this
资
year's
与
forum,
可持续发展为主
Investing
题
in Sustainable Development,
顺应了
meets the
世界各
aspirations
国
of
特别
countries
是
in
发
the
展中国
world,
家
developing
引进
countries
跨
in
国投资
particular, for
促进
promoting
经济发
economic
展的
development
普遍
through
愿望
foreign investment
有
attraction
利于推动
and
实现
contribute
联合国
to
千
the
年发展目
attainment
标
of the United Nations
在
Millennium
这里
Development Goals.
我仅向长期以来为
Let
维
me
护和
take
促
today's
进
opportunity
发展中国
to
家利益
express my
做
deep
出重要贡
regards
献
to
的
UNCTAD
联合国贸
for
发
the
会议
important contribution it has made over the years for upholding and advancing the interests of developing countries.
女士们、先生们，
Ladies and gentlemen,
当前在国际社会共同努力下
thanks to the concerted efforts of the
世界
international
经济
community,
正
the
逐步
world
摆脱
economy
国际金
is
融危机的
gradually
阴影
moving out of the shadow of the
走向
financial
复苏
crisis and heading
但复苏的
towards
基础
recovery.
不牢固
However, such recovery
进
is
程
neither firmly
不平衡
established nor
存
balanced,
在较大的不确定
and
性。
there are still significant uncertainties
中国
down
在
the
应对
road.
国际金融危机冲击过程中，
While countering the impact of the
坚持
international
改革
financial
开放
crisis, China has
坚持
adhered to
奉
policy of
行互利
reform
共
and the
赢的
win-win strategy
开
of
放战
opening
略
up.
按照通行的
We
国际经济规
expanded
则
market access
扩大市
in
场
line
深
with
入
universal international
推进
economic
贸易
rules,
自由化
advanced trade
和投资便利化
liberalization and investment
坚持加
facilitation,
快经济发展方
and
向转变
accelerated the transformation of economic development pattern with focus on expanding domestic demand and boosting household
坚持按照
consumption.
主动性、可
Following
控
the
性
principles of independent initiative, controllability, and gradual progress, we steadily pushed forward the reform of the RMB exchange rate formation mechanism.
2009年，
In
中国吸
2009,
收外资达到
China
了
attracted a
900
total
美
of
元的规
$90
模
billion in foreign
居世界第二。
investment, ranking second in the
今
world.
年上半年，
In the first half of this
中国
year,
新批准涉及
China
外商投资
approved
企业
12,000
1.2万家，
new foreign invested
实际使用
enterprises
外资
with a paid-in
514亿美元
investment of $51.4 billion
同比分别增长了
up by
19%
19% and 21% year-on-year
中国境内
respectively.
投资者
Also in 2009, domestic investors from China made direct investment in 111 countries and
实
regions,
现非金融
and
类
China's
对外直接
outward
投资
direct investment in non-financial sectors totaled $17.8 billion, which represents a 44% year-on-year
在国际金融
increase.
危机冲击下
All this has
率
laid
先实
an
现
important
回升向好
foundation for the early
奠定了
recovery of the
重要基础
Chinese economy against the backdrop
也
of
为
the
世界
international
经济
financial
复苏
crisis
做
and
出了积极贡
contributed
献
positively to global economic recovery.
坚持对外开放基本国
To
策，
follow the basic state
坚
policy of
定不移
opening up,
发展开放型
unswervingly
经济
develop an open
奉行
economy,
互
and
利共
pursue
赢
a
的
win-win
开放战
strategy
略
of opening up
是改革开放
is
30
a
多年
useful
来
experience
中国经济
that has
持
underpinned
续快
the
速发展
sustained
的
and rapid
一套成
development
功
of
经
the
验。
Chinese economy over the past 30
招
years
商
and
引
more.
资
to attract foreign investment, pick competitive foreign investors, and bring in financial resources and intellectual resources both at the same time. It's an important element of China's opening up policy. By July 2010, a total of 698,000 foreign invested enterprises had been established in China, registering a paid-in capital of $1.05 trillion. Today, in China, 22% of tax revenues, 28% of added industrial value, 55% of foreign trade, 50% of technology import, and some 45 million job opportunities are contributed by foreign invested enterprises. Opening to the outside world and attracting foreign investment are mutually beneficial and complementary. For China, continued introduction of foreign investment has provided necessary fund, advanced technologies, and valuable managerial expertise, and many global-minded talents to support the country's modernization drive. For foreign enterprises, investing in China has generated handsome returns. Many foreign invested enterprises in China have become the growth engines and profit centers of their parent company's global business. The latest UNCTAD survey shows that China is still the most appealing host for investment in the world. In recent years, we have worked in line with the characteristics of the different stages of opening up and the requirements to improve an open economic system that focuses on both domestic and international markets, that promotes win-win and mutually beneficial cooperation, and that emphasizes security and effectiveness. And we have actively summed up our successful experience in past years. We better coordinated our inviting in and going global strategies, adopted new ways of conducting overseas investment and cooperation, and supported enterprises to develop international cooperation and operation in research and development, production, and distribution. By the end of 2009, China had set up a total of 13,000 overseas enterprises, with overall assets reaching more than $1 trillion, and had made $245.7 billion of overseas investment in 177 countries and regions. We are stepping up efforts to facilitate various forms of overseas investment cooperation, develop our own multinational companies, and support well-positioned enterprises to establish international sales distribution networks. We are working to strengthen overseas infrastructure construction cooperation and develop overseas labor contract cooperation in a well-managed fashion. And we are actively advancing the construction of overseas economic and trade cooperation zones. Our aim is to alleviate the tensions between overcapacity and weak domestic demand, stimulate industrial transformation at home, and at the same time promote exports of relevant products and services. In the process of building an open economy, China has worked in various forums to help developing countries enhance self-development capacity, improve the livelihood of their peoples, and narrow the North-South gap. For instance, China made an additional contribution of $50 billion to the IMF replenishment plan, making it clear that the fund should be used to support least developed countries on a priority basis. China inaugurated a China-ASEAN Investment Cooperation Fund of $10 billion and provided $15 billion of credit support to ASEAN countries to help promote regional economic and financial stability. China provided $10 billion of credit support to members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, $10 billion of concessional loans to African countries, and canceled debts owed by heavily indebted poor countries and least developed countries in Africa. China gradually introduced zero tariff treatment to 95% of exports from all the least developed countries with which China has diplomatic ties, and helped developing countries mitigate the impact of the international financial crisis, ease the employment pressure, and stabilize the economic situation. We will encourage more Chinese enterprises to go global and will continue to deepen South-South cooperation and truly help developing countries raise economic development capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, whether in the past, at present, or in the future, it is always China's long-term strategy to make good use of both domestic and global markets and resources and promote both inbound and outbound investment. Our aim is to promote scientific and harmonious development at home and pursue peaceful and cooperation-based development with other countries. As China's open economy continues to develop, foreign investment in China will surely enjoy a broader space and generate even more profits. China is taking vigorous steps to create a more open and optimal investment environment for foreign invested enterprises.